Good morning, YouTube. We're out here this morning just letting the animals out. We're gonna go back in the woods today, and I got some lumber in. I got some logs in. Good morning, sir. How are you? Come on out. Let's see if Ducky, actually we call her Princess. Princess might come out and get her bread. I actually brought the bread with me this morning. Sometimes she comes out, sometimes she doesn't. Princess, what you doing? You gonna come get a piece of bread? Huh? Yes, no, maybe so. Are you gonna make me come over here to you? There she goes. Good morning. You wanna... Oh, she's not going to. Are you gonna come up here or not? Well, that was a big chunk. Maybe I should give the rest to them. All right, I can't feed ducks and videotape. All right, YouTube. So we went on a little 2-day trip, and while we were gone, I got some more oak in. If you've heard of Irwin's Tree Service and you're in the Union County area, he's the guy to call. He really knows what he's doing. He's got all kinds of equipment. He's got chippers. He's got a bobcat. He's got one of those forestry cutters to put on his machine. They do a good job, and he's been really good to me. So today, 29 inches. That way, about 26 and a half that way. And this one is probably, let's see here, somewhere in the 11 to 12 foot range. So this one's longer. This is probably 15 foot. It's got a diameter of 26. About 31 and a half. So he gave me some pretty long pieces here. Let me see if I can get on top of here. All right, so here's some longer pieces he gave me, and then I got these short ones over here. So if you want to get wood, oh, he left his shovel. If you want to get wood from somebody, look at that big thing. That's my foot. You got to take the good with the not great. They don't want to just hand pick whatever they want to bring you. They want to get rid of their stuff and go on. Now, when I first talked with Irwin, I told him, well, I just want this and I just want that. And guess what? I didn't hear nothing from him. Sorry about the moving of the camera. But I went up there, I realized my mistake, and I went back to him and I said, listen, I really want some wood to start working with, and I think I sort of messed up with you on the first try, and I'll take whatever you got, is what I told him. So here's a little tour of the place. So over here is where I split wood at. I'm actually not moving my operation. This is gonna stay, obviously, but I'm gonna start splitting wood way back over there behind the four-wheeler. Got a pile set up. it's just so messy that I would rather cut it and split it and then bring it over to here to stack it. Here's a picture of the wood a little further back. So he's got a dump truck. I was here the first time he brought a load of wood, but we went on vacation for a couple of days. I call it vacation. We went to the Pisgah National Forest, and while we were up there, we were a few miles down the road from DuPont Forest. So we went to DuPont Forest as well. If you are into waterfalls, that is the place to go. And you're in the North Carolina area. So these are in the western part of North Carolina. We went to a town called Brevard, and we stayed in Brevard, and just made that sort of our hub for where we wanted to go. I will put a couple videos of some waterfalls we went to. DuPont Forest had the most waterfalls on video that I have. We went to Pisgah, and we went to Sliding Rock. Sliding Rock was closed. They had too high a water, and we couldn't go down Sliding Rock, and so we just sort of made our own little plan. The waterfalls we really enjoyed in Pisgah, we didn't get any video of because we were swimming in it. So anyway, I'm going to cut here, and we're going to sort through these logs, get the logs that we want to use on the mill over here, and then the other logs are going to go to the wood pile over here for cutting and splitting later on. What I wanted to achieve here is a no waste scenario. So what I can use on the wood mill, I'm going to use on the wood mill, and what I can't use on the mill, I'm gonna split up, and we'll sell some of it. And then we actually heat our house solely off of wood in the wintertime. Now we don't have to. We've got a heat pump, and we could heat the house with that. But for all the labor that goes into this, I like the warmth of the wood heater, and it does a good job. It heats the whole house pretty good. Yes, you wake up in the morning, it'll be a little cool, but you go in there and stoke the fire and get them going back, and all is well. All right, I'm gonna cut here. Trying not to make my videos so long. Alright, so I've sorted out what I could. These are all about 6 foot long, maybe some of them are 5 foot long, but some of them you can tell there where these two here, they had two limbs coming off of that here in a little while up the tree, so that'll be neat to cut into. This one's got a lot of rot in it. I don't know if that's going to make anything. We're going to give that a go. We got this one here, and we're getting into some, that one's pretty big, but smaller stuff over here. Not sure if that's going to make anything or if we'll just make that into firewood. So these logs down here, the ones that are like 15 foot and 12 foot, the tractor is not going to pick those up. We already tried unsuccessfully. These two, this one here with all the junk coming off the end, and that one on the mill, I'm just going to cut into it and see what it looks like. If it doesn't look like I can make it into anything, I'm just going to turned into firewood. I sorted out the smaller ones. They're over here. Probably gonna be firewood. I'm not gonna worry with painting them, painting the ends. All these here, just these pieces in the front here, all those are probably just gonna be firewood. But if we get slow, we don't have any more wood, we might cut into them and see what we can make out of them. So the next step is cleaning off the ends. We want to check for nails best we can, and need to paint the ends of them. Now I don't know if we're going to worry about painting the end of the dry rotted one here. It's got a lot of dead, and you can't see it from this side. You can tell. I'm sorry, this one is the one. So you can see there where we might not even cut into that. We might just make that firewood. But I thought about cutting a section of it off and seeing if it'll make a cookie. We'll take a look at that. But anyway, I'm gonna get the paint out and we'll get started on that painting. So from what I've read, what I've been told, it's not that you are wanting to seal the end of the log completely. You want to seal the end of the log because the ends of the logs obviously dry faster. So you want to slow down that process of them drying to sort of, I guess, meet the rest of the wood, or try to prevent the cracking and checking that happens on the ends of them. Now on this one, you can see here, there's a branch coming off, and then here was like the main trunk. So we'll have to pay close attention to that when we set it up on the sawmill. A lot of what I've seen in this is figuring out how you want to put the piece of wood on there to where you can cut it and it look the best. I'm still trying to figure that out. What's the best way? I'm painting these. I would rather paint the ends of them and then cut it. I just feel like it doesn't take as long. I've seen other people on YouTube, they paint the boards, or they cut the boards and then they paint the ends of them. I guess it's tomato. I prefer to paint the whole end of it. And I don't know if that's by, that looks like a little bit of rot right there. So anyway, if you know any different, comment down below and let me know. You know, this is latex paint. We're skipping this one because it's got all the rot in it. And yeah, I know I could paint down one side and then paint down the other, but I don't know as if I've got enough paint to do them all. So I'm just gonna paint each individual log, both ends, and then go to the next one. Hopefully I'll have enough. And this is just old paint from painting the house when we moved in. We painted some different rooms and it's been sitting in the garage for a couple years now, so obviously I don't think I'm going to use it for anything else. So I figured I'd paint the ends of these logs with it. Now there's some stuff online called Anchor Seal. Evidently that's what you're supposed to use. I talked to the guy up at Wood-Mizer in Oakboro, Mr. Whitley, and he said just regular old latex paint works just as well. I was on one of these little forums online the other day, and there was a guy on there saying that roof sealer, roof tar, that he uses that, and it's cheaper than Anchor Seal. Anchor Seal's somewhere in the $25–30 a gallon range, best I recall. And that roof tar, I think, was about $10 a gallon. So we might be giving that a try soon. Some people are going to say, well, how come you don't have those logs up off the ground? I don't have anything to get them up off the ground with. So they're just going to sit here. They ain't going to be sitting here that long. I'll be cutting them soon. So I'm going to continue to do this, and I'll update you when I'm done. Alright, so what I've learned so far is these big logs that I got, oops, sorry, tree branch. That is that acorn, those are acorns hitting that metal roof over there. And if you're under there and it's super quiet like it usually is out here, that will scare the tar out of you. You get used to it. Alright, so this log here, it's got a V shape at the front and then a crotch figure. Well, both of them are crotch figures. Down here, I'm thinking about cutting it somewhere right in this area and trying to make a long piece. The reason I'm thinking about cutting it is the tractor will pick it up, but just barely. And I don't want to mess that thing up. So we are going to cut these down a little bit into manageable sizes. And at least we're going to try this one. Now you know what, the sun's in there. So we'll sit right here. Do a little bit of cutting. go as planned. Be back in a minute. All right, so we got that log into two pieces. We got somewhat of a V-crotch up here. And then this one will make a nice V-crotch on it. It's got where the tree splits off there. So, finding out that these really large timbers are just too hard to handle for what I've got to lift them with. But what we can do is, I got these painted. Well, most of them. That one there, I don't even know if I'm going to paint it because it's got some rot in it. I think I know why people maybe don't paint the log until they cut into it, because maybe you're not going to use it and then it's just a waste of paint. But it does seem easier to do it that way. I'll get back with you soon. Well, this morning turned out to be cutting and painting, and that was all I got done. I really wanted to saw some this morning, but I got this one that we cut up earlier painted on the ends. Got the rest of them painted. So we will try again later. I am going to go look at some red oak that somebody wants to give me. So I'll go up here and get washed up and go do that. If you like these videos, click the like button. Comment down below. I'm really looking for somebody to give me some pointers on the paint, if this latex paint, if I'm wasting my time, but only, one or two people said that the latex paint would be fine. Everybody else uses that, well, I've done forgotten the name of it. Anyway, if you like these videos, hit the like button. You can subscribe and comment down below. Thank you. See you next time.